Hello everyone and welcome to this short and sweet little video practice that you can use anytime if you feel you need a little bit of down regulation, or maybe you can even use it as a bedtime practice. Okay, so all you'll need is a rolled up or a folded blanket. I'm going to fold mine because it is quite high or thick, or you can use a pillow. If you don't have a blanket, you can do that. And we're going to start first by just placing the blanket or your cushion or your pillow lengthwise in the mat, and then we'll release our bodies over onto the mat, lying down and just allowing yourself to sink in for a moment. You can either just keep your feet on the floor, knees pointing up to the sky, or maybe even dropping in towards each other. Or if you do feel you want a little bit more of an open pose, you can bring the soles of the feet to touch, allowing the knees to drop out to the sides. Bring your hands to wherever it's comfortable, so you can allow them to rest on the belly. You can bring them out next to you, just taking up as much space as you need. Settling in. We take this few moments for ourselves. Notice where your feet make contact, either with each other or with the floor. Allowing yourself to shift into a little bit more of a softer state. So feeling your face and your jaw soften, your shoulders start to relax. And then consciously becoming aware of the breath. Allowing your breath to move in and out through your nose. So just really bringing that consciousness of the state of your mind, noticing your mind is very busy. Notice if there are any distractions in the room or the environment that you're in. Or maybe it's your mind or your body that's distracting you. So just notice that and become aware. And then from here, as you more and more focus on the breath, see if you can allow it to start to lengthen and deepen. If you want to, you can use the count of 4, inhaling for 4 breaths or for 4 counts and exhaling for 4 counts. Just really allowing it to be easy and unforced. So if you need to just gently give yourself some time to shift into a longer and a bit of a deeper breath, then allow yourself that. If there is anything that starts to draw your attention or distract you, just become aware of that and notice, bringing your attention back to your breath. Maybe even allowing the breath to shift lower down into the belly. Noticing the navel rising on the inhalation and falling back down on the exhalation. We'll take a few more breaths here, just allowing yourself to stay present, sinking in a little bit deeper into your mat. Good. If you have got your knees open, butterfly, bring your hands to the outsides of your legs and then very gently help your knees up, placing your feet on the floor. You can come up onto the elbows, gently release the blanket or the cushion out from underneath you and release your body back down onto your mat. Bring your feet to about mat width apart, so until you feel the edges of the mat underneath your toes, your feet. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, drop both your knees over to one side, doesn't matter which side. And inhale to bring them back to center. Exhale, drop them over to the other side. Inhale to bring them up. Exhale, drop them over to the other side again. And then inhale up. And exhale over. Keep moving. Really allowing yourself to flow with your inhalations and your exhalations. Windscreen wiper the legs side to side. And then on the next time that you tick them over to the first side that you drop them over to, will stay. And if you feel you do want to increase the stretch on the top leg, you can gently hook the bottom ankle over the top knee, allowing that knee to gently draw down, maybe increasing the stretch on the outside of the top hip, or maybe you feel it in your lower back. So we just want to make sure that we're not pushing the boundary into compression or pain. So if you do feel that it is a bit too much, just unhook that ankle again. Taking some nice easy breaths, staying connected with the breath in and out through the nose. Good. Let's gently release that ankle if you have got it hooked over the knee. Inhale to bring your knees back up to center. Again, just checking that the feet are mat width apart. And then exhale, drop them over to the other side. Maybe on this side, just staying here. That's enough. This is a pretty good and comfortable place to be. If you do want it to be more intense, hooking the bottom ankle over the top knee. Checking in with the breath, noticing if your mind is getting distracted or wandering off, thinking about things that have happened during the day. See if you can gently bring it back to your practice. If you have got the ankle hooked over the knee, gently release that. And then inhale to bring both your knees back up to center. From here, you can draw your knees in towards you, holding onto your knees, maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Just allowing that to release. Keeping your shoulders and your neck nice and soft and relaxed. Okay, and then we'll come to center, hold onto one knee, kick the other leg up into the air, and then use some momentum to rock yourself up to seated. So if it takes one or two tries, maybe do as many as you need. And then we make our way into an easy seat. So if you do feel you need a little bit more support here again for the hips and for the length of the spine, you can sit up on your cushion or on your folded blanket again. Sitting in any way that's comfortable, legs crossed or legs out in front of you. And just noticing again the length of the spine. So growing nice and tall right up to the crown of the head. The shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, side bend. Doesn't matter which way first. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, side bend other side. Inhale to reach it up. And exhale, side bend. And now we stay for a few breaths. So really anchoring that opposite hip down, feeling the stretch in the side body, opening the heart space forward, keeping your neck nice and relaxed and soft. And then on your next inhalation, reach both arms up again. And exhale, drop it over to the other side. Anchoring that hip, opening the heart space, and remembering to breathe. On your next inhalation, let's reach both the arms back up again. And then exhale, wiggle the fingers, raining the fingertips down, coming all the way back down onto the mat. Resting your hands wherever it's comfortable. Inhale to look up to the sky. And then exhale to tuck the chin into the chest. Make sure the spine stays nice and long. We're not rounding the back. Inhale to look up. And exhale to tuck the chin, stretching in the back of the neck. Inhale, look up. And exhale to tuck it in. And then inhale, bring your head back to center. And exhale, look over to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. And inhale to look forward. Exhale, turn your head. Inhale, forward. Exhale, other side. And we'll do one more each side. So inhale. Exhale to turn. Inhale to center. And exhale, other side. And inhale, back to center. Again, just checking in with that spine. Nice and long. Legs are relaxed. Rolling the shoulders back and down. And then I want you to clench your jaw. And then feel that space with the fingertips where the muscle tenses. Then relax your jaw, and then you just very gently start to massage the jaw, noticing how tight the muscles here feel. We carry so much tension in our jaw, and our neck, and our shoulders. So just gently massaging with the fingertips, using the power of touch to release. So we want to press hard enough that we feel something. We don't want to press so hard that it feels like it's painful or bruising. And from here, moving over onto the inside of the ears. So jawline just inside the ears, just to the inside of the ears. Make your way up to the temples. So pushing the fingertips in, making gentle little circles, just allowing those muscles to release. And then from here, you can move into the hairline just above the ears. Spread your fingers, maybe even pushing the fingers in, and then giving it a little bit of a wiggle. Creating a little bit of movement in the skin of the scalp. Okay. And then release. Right. From here, we'll make our way into tabletop. Curling the toes under, bring your hands next to your knees, push into your hands to lift your knees up off the floor, and then we lift the hips up high, coming into a standing forward fold. Just allowing the spine to lengthen and elongate. You can keep the knees nice and soft. You can keep the chin lifted or the crown of the head dropping down towards the floor. And if this really doesn't feel comfortable for you today, then you can come to seated and sit in a seated forward fold. So just allowing gravity to do the work here, your arms to hang, the breath moves in and out through your nose. And maybe if there is something that you've been carrying on your shoulders, something that's happened today, something that's been on your mind, maybe you can take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to let that go, dropping it off your shoulders and allowing it to dissolve into the ground. Just letting it go for the moment. Maybe a gentle sway from side to side if that feels good.
And coming back to center, we'll gently release. Bring your fingertips down onto the floor. And then we'll start to bend the knees. The heels lift up. Bring the buttocks back down onto the heels. And then we make our way back into tabletop. Checking that the knees are in line with the hips. And then we're just very gently going to move into a needle thread. Again, if you want to, you can use your cushion or your pillow here to support the shoulder. So threading the one arm underneath the other, gently releasing that shoulder down onto the floor or onto your support. Bringing your forehead down onto the floor. Maybe you want to rest your head on the back of the other hand. You can also reach your hand towards the short edge of the mat. Finding a bit of comfort here in this twist. Release in the spine and the upper back. Noticing the contact between your head and the floor. And then we're gently going to release. If your hand is extended to the short edge of the mat, bring it in. And then we push into that hand to bring ourselves back up again to tabletop. And then we swap sides. So other arm threads underneath the armpit. Releasing the shoulder down onto the floor, onto your blanket, onto your cushion. Bringing the forehead down or the head. Resting your head on your hand or on the floor. And then reaching the fingertips to the front edge of the mat if that is available. And that's what feels good today. Staying here for a few nice, long, deep breaths. And then we're gently going to release. So if your hand is extended up to the top of the mat, bring that in closer. Push into the hand to bring yourself back up to tabletop. Bring your knees in a little bit closer. Bring your big toes to touch. You can bring the knees as wide as is comfortable for you, and then push your buttocks back towards your heels. We're setting up for child's pose. So again, you can use your rolled up blanket or your cushion. If you do have a nice big bolster, you can tuck it in right underneath the tummy, releasing down onto your support, allowing your forehead to relax down. Your arms can be wherever it's comfortable, so you can have them stretched out, palms facing up. If you want to tuck them in next to your legs, you can do that as well. And just finding a moment of rest and comfort here. Staying connected to the breath. See if you can keep the breath going in and out through the nose. And at the same time, drawing that breath all the way down into the belly. Creating some space into the back and the side body. And if it feels right, maybe even shifting into your full count breath. So really slowing down and evening out the inhalations and the exhalations. Allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to take these moments of quiet, these moments of rest, moments for you to shift inward, noticing your mind, noticing your breath. If you are very comfortable here, you are welcome to stay here. Otherwise, you can come up and then we make our way into Shavasana, so lying on our backs. And again, you can either put your pillow or your blankets behind your head. Maybe you want to place it behind your knees for some extra support and comfort. So just tuning in, noticing what feels good for you and what you would like to do. Gently releasing down onto your mat. Allowing your hands to rest wherever it's comfortable, next to the body, or you can maybe place one hand on your heart space, the other hand on the belly. Allowing everything to soften, sinking into your mat. Staying with those nice, deep, long, even breaths. You can stay here for as long as you need. I am going to sign off and leave you here. So I'll bring my hands together, placing the backs of my thumbs on my eyebrow center. And I say, Namaste.